Hi everyone, have you ever experienced deploying a system or transferring the whole system to other products? What usually makes it so difficult and annoying is that we are facing a new interface function, not to mention integrating the original data with new system, which is especially important for a mail system. So today I'm going to introduce user management function about how to create, transfer the user account and how to use mail migration. So generally we have 4 ways to create accounts. First and the easiest is creating accounts manually. Second, we support transfer automatically function. What is this function? If you don't want to create account to the new mail server one by one, enable this function to generate accounts automatically. It supports various ways generating data. If you want to build password automatically, you need to set up account ID first, and please set up other settings like hostname, domain in advance. Then replace the IP address from old mail server to the new one. So when users log in, their password will be generated automatically. Or you can set an IP address on the old mail server, which the new mail server can connect. In this way, when there are users logging into mail server, system will authenticate it to the old mail server. If it's successful, then these accounts will be generated. In addition, enable get mail synchronously. Then not only every account can be generated, but also their mails will be transferred by POP3. So for those who implement AD or LDAP server to their infrastructure, we also support AD LDAP account authentication. Enable and press setup. Press setup to type in your AD server IP address, the domain name, and admin's account and password, and have more detailed setting after the mail server connects to your AD server. So just like usual, admin can manage accounts in your local AD or LDAP server. If you are managing a huge amount of users' environment, like government department or bank, maybe try on create with serial number function. It will help you create accounts name with the range you set. And there are other ways we support in ShareTech mail server to create accounts. Like you could import accounts. You could import a file including accounts and password. Or if the old mail server is Linux-based system, you could import Linux shadow file to create the account. Okay, so if you select create manually to create the accounts in basic setup, right here you can set authority of accounts first. So when you create the account in accounts list, add accounts, list authority are all set up. You only need to type in the name, email, and password, or set a particular authority to a specific account. And in basic setup, down below, we got webmail initial setting and advanced setting. So you can set up unified setting for every webmail user. I suggest you leave them in default setting and adjust if there's a requirement. When users are using Gmail as their private mail account, meanwhile, they also want to see private schedule on the webmail calendar. How do you integrate those two calendars in separate systems? Well, we support Google Calendar Sync function. Users are able to sync their Gmail calendar to webmail, and it's bidirectional, so users can also see schedule in Gmail. And by the way, you need to purchase license to have this function. And in accounts list, it lists every account info, including their name, department, group, expiration, quota, use quota, and the status. Also their authorities. So it's clear for admin to manage accounts, especially there are hundreds or thousands users inside. And if you need to change plenty of accounts, authorities, or status, I suggest you can select them first, then use drop-down list right here to change them at the same time. And in password security, administrator is able to give a password strength limit for fear of being brute force attack, and also make sure users change password periodically, which notify mail will tell users how many days you left. And you can enable a report administrator function to inform admin or assign the mail accounts. And of course, we support group accounts function in mail server. Click add to set list group name and group members, or you can even set if anyone can send mails in the name of this group account. In addition, we have department management feature. It's similar to group accounts. Department accounts conclude department members, and you can select which account could be a bulletin publisher. So department management can help admin to manage a complicated organization structure. And if anyone of company wants to apply mail accounts, or there is a freshman on board, admin can enable self-apply accounts function and provide a webmail login page link to them, so they can type in necessary information to the system. And right here, you can set which accounts receive the application mail, so that admin can approve by mails. Or we have application log. Admin can also go to this log to check if any coming application. Sometimes we will face mail problem which mails can't be sent steady. The reasons are diversity. Maybe it's because they use a dynamic IP address and being blocked by RBL, or because they don't have a stable internet connection. Anyway, it literally affects users on mail receiving and sending. So we support central branch feature, which can help you solve above problems. Admin can assign mail server a character as central and branch mode, which is so-called parent and child mode. Every outgoing mails from branch can be transferred to central and then sent by central mail server. Besides, all the mail records will sync to central mail server. In this way, we can make sure mail sending stability and meets the requirements of central management. So I suggest IT guys apply this feature if you are suffering from management problem or mails problem like I just said. By the way, please note that you have to implement higher level spec mail server as central than branch, because central mail server has a great amount of mail flow. Let's talk about how to set central branch setting. Enable central branch architecture and assign this mail server as central or branch mode. We talk about central mode first. Set the host name, and central and branch can't share the same host name. Enable this if admin allow users from branches can log into old host. Set your parent's webmail link. Then when parent member log into other child's webmail link, it will redirect to parent's webmail login page. And you can modify the connect key. Please note that the central mail server and branch mail server needs to have the same connect key, and define which port of mail server is for data and mail synchronizing. The most important is that if you want to send mails by the central mail server or individual host. Okay, as for branch mode, setting is simpler than central mail server. You only need to set host name, connect key, and a service port. And if you enable this button, same with central mode, then the setting go with central mail server, because in central mail server, you can add a branch mail server as well. So just click add branch to do more detailed setting and define which accounts or group accounts are in branch mode. After done with setting, it will show you how many branch mail server connects to central mail server. At the bottom, you can select which accounts will receive notice mail about synchronizing status. If there's a problem on central branch setting, they can check it right away. When it comes to transferring the mail server system, the most frequently asked question is how to painless transfer on mails. Every user fears losing their mails if they don't have a backup. So ShareTech mail server provides multiple ways to transfer mails. First, we have transfer mail by POP3. Type in your old mail server's IP address, and please make sure the new one can connect it. And set the transfer port for POP3. The default is 110, or you can select a secure connection. And we have 3 transfer type. In standard transfer, type in the transfer domain you want to transfer from the old mail server, then select a domain from local. The system will transfer all the matched accounts. And in custom transfer, we let administrator select individual accounts to be transferred. And please type in the old mail accounts and password right here. Or you can choose import file type in case you have lots of accounts waiting to be transferred, but the file need to be followed format. In POP3 transfer mode, system will pull out all the mails from your old inbox. Remember, it's only inbox. So I suggest you can use transfer mail by IMAP. System will transfer all the folder structures, not only inbox. So user will see the same accounts and mails after transfer. And just like setting in POP3 mode, set your old mail server IP address, IMAP port, and select the transfer type. And there is still something administrator need to be careful. The name of accounts and password should be the same in the new and old mail server. And we use source IP address to determine where this mail account is from. So if you use different IP address on your old mail server and do the transfer, that will be a tragedy, because there will be duplicated mails in each account. So I suggest whenever administrators try to transfer their mails by themselves, set your old and new mail server in the same intranet segment. After done with the transfer, change the old mail server to the new one serving for users. And down below there's a transfer log for admin to check what's the problem in transfer. And for those who originally used Gmail as their mail system, wants to transfer the mail server from cloud to on-premise, we also have Google Workspace Transfer supported, but administrator has to prepare some related information like a Workspace admin credential, a couple of APIs applied from Google. And please note that the contact and calendar can be only transferred once. So be sure you have set everything down or ask for support. So today I have introduced several ways to transfer the mails and how to manage the accounts with some useful functions. I hope you guys can have a good time using our ShareTech mail server. Thank you for your watching.